Hello everyone, and welcome back to more Witcher 3. So we don't even get Dandelion recapping the story for us. Because we are at that point, well. Basically, we're our stuff to do, except for the DLC. I mean, we could still wander around to find random monsters, probably wolves. So many wolves everywhere. But it's not like notice boards or anything have anything to really do. I think maybe I could have got a mod that would make there be like random quests from the notice boards and stuff like that. Or random encounters. Yeah, there was a random encounter mod. But I sort of prefer knowing where everything is because, well, suppose you're doing the early game, you sort of want to know where things are that will murder you and where things are that won't murder you. However, at this point in the game, we can pretty much handle most everything. Though we did struggle in the final fights a bit. Was it because of that frickin' plot pact? I mean, seriously. Eldon's frickin', oh, I'm just going to practically one-shot you with this ability.
They hate you
No
too.
way, you
Just
just have
come
to
today.
dodge it, and then wait for him to come to you. I didn't understand the mechanics. So, problem is, yeah, there's not much really to do. I mean, there's a loot ocean. That's the thing. But otherwise, Varen's pretty much done. We will be back here a few times, though. Because of the rune lord, right? Because he is very useful to have. So I'll be back a few times because of that. But otherwise, yeah, there's nothing to really do here. I mean, Croc's dead. Lugos is dead. I mean, maybe we could go talk to Ceres or Hjalmar, but I doubt they have anything to say. Now we got all that. Only thing we haven't really got is, well, most of the loot ocean. And I feel, you know, guarded treasures, hidden treasures. Overall, it's a bunch of, yeah, it's a bunch of loot. Yeah. We're not going to worry about it. I have to not worry about it. So anyway, here's the thing. Let's see. Trying to remember where everything is. I think this here over here is Goville. Danios, what? Oh, I know this area here is Temeria. Redania and Cadwin are somewhere. Hill-ish. And after I have an after map and I can't access one right now. But anyway. I forget how far down Nilfgaard actually is. I think this here is actually one of the northernish duchies. I'm not really even sure where Lyria and Rivia are. I think they're somewhere like... yeah, somewhere over here-ish, maybe. They're close to the front lines area, if I remember right. Anyway, Toussaint. Oh yeah. We have to go meet tonight. But yeah, look what we have to deal with. I mean, it's a very big place. Okay, so it would help if I actually went to the right location. Might do Thronebreaker at some point, but I have a shit ton to upload. I need to get caught up on a few more things before I go off on another Let's Play that could be potentially long. Peasants.
I'm busy, man.
Geralt of Rivia.
Ha! Sit with us, Witcher.
Found your message on a notice board.
You see, Palmerin? I told you. The griffin at White Orchard. I knew that were we only to follow the tracks of its slayer, we would in the end find Geralt.
Milton de Peyrac Peyrin and Palmerin de Lawnful. Good to see you both. Been years.
Be assured, we share your joy.
You must forgive us our, surroundings. When we pledged to place the village under our protection, the village elder gave us this hut as our lodgings. He swore it is the best hut in the village.
Get involved in some squabble?
We discovered that in retreating, the Redanian garrison that left this land still is at the mercy of numerous plagues. A tyranny of bandits, the most onerous among them. These plunderers shall soon descend on this village to collect tribute. Milton and I will dissuade them.
We are both sworn to fight injustice and oppression wherever they rear their heads. The matter does not concern you, of course, but do us the kindness of waiting. Once we have dealt with these marauders, we have a matter we must present to you.
So, plan to go out and meet the bandits when they arrive? Fight them?
Palmerin wishes first to appeal to their sense of decency. But I expect they will be deaf to this.
Yeah, completely.
We must afford them a chance to stand down. Many a hardened outlaw has left the path of wrongdoing upon hearing words of admonition.
Doesn't happen in these lands. Ever.
If they do not heed my reprimand, we at least will know we have done all within our means to evade bloodshed.
Fine. Naturally, I'll help when Palmerin's rhetoric falls on deaf ears.
Excellent. Then we've but to wait for the rogues to arrive.
They have such pretty armor.
They's a coming!
Hear that? Your bandits have arrived.
Let us go out to greet them.
Hark! Contemptible curs!
He mean us?
I, Palmerin de Lawnfall, call upon you to repent. Set your hearts. Do you not see that they are blackened?
Regular Punch and Judy here.
To prey upon commoners is no honor. To loot their meager stores, abandon the path of shame, and we will spare you.
Right good jest, that. Had us a laugh. Now, fuck off or we lose our patience and you lose something else.
Nay, wakes Zorg. These lads are a lark. Mayhaps they know some tricks.
Oi, players! Can you toss balls all loopity like? Or do that thing where one spits fire while the other farts?
Here's my natural dilemma about these things. It's like bandits in Skyrim. For some reason, most games do this. It's like the enemy doesn't recognize that you have better gear than them. They never recognize that. It's like the AI should have basically a system. Well, they realize that they are basically screwed. But no. No, it's always the same thing.
Noble Palmerin's giving you a chance. Now I'm gonna give you some advice. Do what he says.
Or what?
Or you'll find yourself fighting knights errant in the pay of the Duchess of Toussaint. And they eat scum like you with their morning porridge.
There's 3 of them. 2 turtled up in armor. We'll come back later.
Some wench sent them. Folk will say we's afeard of wenches and jesters.
Ooh, insulted the Duchess.
Yep.
Not good.
That's
Indeed,
bad.
we cannot let the affront go unpunished. I swear upon the Heron you will pay with your own blood!
By the crane, villains, ready your arms!
I mean, they are knight heroes. They are in better armor than ours. I mean, you're not even wearing it. You're wearing that shit.
Shut up.
I mean, look at me. I'm wearing half of them. You're using a crappy shit.
Defend yourself, Scotland!
Come on!
But yeah, they have swords and shields. He has a shield.
What is there? For honor!
I mean, seriously.
Evildoers! Defend yourself, Scotland!
Seriously.
Why do they not emerge? It is over. We have banished the scoundrels, lifted oppression's yoke from their lives.
Warned you it'd be like this. Fear you as much as they did the bandits now. Sorry, no fanfares and flowers. You're not in Toussaint.
Ah, it is true what folk claim. In the north, no noble deed goes unthwarted. It is time to go home.
And we shall, my friend. Come, Geralt. It's time we delivered our message.
But look at the armor. It's so shiny.
So fess up. What brings you such a long way?
We are to deliver Her Grace the Duchess's message in full, with all due ceremony. For tradition
Is sacred in Toussaint.
Tradition
All right,
is sacred in
fine.
Toussaint.
Most honorable Geralt, slayer of monsters and all evils nefarious, which prey on the defenseless of this world. Whereas never have you been known to deny help to the innocent, nor leave widows and orphans to fates undeserved. Answer you now our present summons. Free us from the beast which floods our streets with blood and sows panic in the hearts of rich and poor alike. Come to our aid, Witcher. Thus humbly beseeches you the Star-Crossed City's most gracious protectress, Her Illustrious Highness, Duchess Anna Henrietta.
Shall you answer her call?
Wow.
Anna Henrietta really say all that? Word for word?
Well, in point of fact, she said, bring me the Witcher and dare not spare your horses. Only make certain this time he comes alone. The Ducal Chamberlain added the rest. You know how it is.
Yeah, I remember.
I might add, be it unofficially, that a hefty reward awaits. Yet the specifics you will need to verify with Her Illustrious Highness.
Well, so
Might be the most fervent request that I take a contract ever. And the most polite. And now we've got all that behind us. I want to hear more about this beast. Some kind of monster? Just guessing.
Most assuredly, though no one has caught a good look at it as yet. Our only sure witnesses. The bodies massacred in a brutal, horrid manner.
Look, some sketches drafted from descriptions given by those who claim they glimpsed the beast. Each quite different. To my mind, these witnesses lie.
How many victims so far?
2. When Her Grace learnt of the second, she discharged us immediately to fetch you,
Slender Man?
promising grants of land and fortunes in gold, should you answer her summons.
An ill wind blows, Geralt. The beast cannot be tracked. Folks say it wields black magic. Also, both victims were nobly born, and the start of a tourney draws near.
Well, we have questions.
Beast wields black magic? What makes you say so?
The first victim vanished between bites at a feast. Of the feast-goers, none noticed this. They saw but an open window, then heard desperate cries from the street below, where a corpse had just been found.
The second killing, similar. A night in a locked room. Servants all about the house. Guards all around the estate. Yet the beast somehow got him out, dragged him to the town square, and killed him there. No one saw, nor heard a thing.
We have no fear of creatures against which sword and shield protect, but of this beast, nothing is known. Save that it cannot be traced, kills effortlessly, and with no rhyme or reason we can discern.
I'm sure there's a reason to it.
Anyone tried to hunt it? Knights errant, for example?
Ha! Many have tried. Baiting, waiting in ambush, but to no avail.
The beast is clever. It evades all traps and attacks of a sudden. It is like a ghost.
An experienced tracker, this is what we need, with knowledge of monsters. In short, we need you.
I was gonna say, does Toussaint not have witchers?
Mentioned a tourney. Why doesn't the Duchess just call it off?
Simply, it is too late. The guests have arrived. The best knights of all lands, relatives of the Emperor.
Yeah, that would be bad if you
Beast
called
could
it
be
off.
a threat to others, not just to Her Grace's
That would also
subjects.
be bad.
Got it. Before an aristocrat dies, at best it's a scandal. At worst, a diplomatic incident.
Exactly. No, we don't need to think about this. We have nothing else going on.
I sometimes think back to all the contracts I've ever taken from sovereigns. Can't name hardly any where I came out ahead.
You cannot be thinking to refuse.
No. Just struck by a thought. How the Duchess can sometimes be... demanding.
So you accept the contract. Excellent!
We must set off at once. We long wanted this land searching for you. Yet time is of the essence.
Ready to go, soon as you're packed.
I would assume this here's
then
all
post
before
haste
we
to
went to
Toussaint.
Coville.
To Toussaint!
Maybe. Possibly. Probably. Anyway, to Toussaint. I mean, even though horses are fabulous. We're waiting practically the whole game to get here. There's also there's a few mods out there for this, but one thing that bothers me is there's dyes for armor here. Problem though is by the time you get here, it's a bit late in the late to be worrying about dyes. But then again, you do get your last sets of armor, so it's just like dyes should have been, you know, introduced more earlier, like a patch that adds them to the rest of the game. But no, I mean there was mods for that, but I think my armor can't actually even be dyed because of my mods for it. Oh yeah, Grandmaster Witcher Guild. We can finally unlock those effects for a full set. Thing about the cat skull and the bear skull is you get 7 pieces and you only need 6 pieces. Gets crossbows. But look how colorful it is.
Toussaint, the land of love and wine.
And color.
Exactly how I remembered it.
So pretty. I mean, look at it. So
You will find Beauclair's changed some these past years.
Walk about when you have the chance.
pretty.
You will see for yourself.
To me, place always seemed straight out of a fairy tale. Knights errant, elven palaces.
Do you insinuate that we are somehow odd? I shall prove you wrong. This I pledge on the Heron.
You should probably go. I would assume maybe an Eton. Doesn't exactly look like a Cyclops. Gee.
For my lady! You watch out! I swore I'd kill a monster! All for one and one for all!
Ow. Where's murder? I was gonna loot that.
Big beast. Tackling it single-handed? None too wise.
Neither is love born of wisdom, Witcher. So, Guillaume, out with it. Which fair damsel inspired you to vow to kill that filth?
The most beautiful among them.
If he wishes to guard her name a secret, he need not reveal it.
You I do not know, sir, nor seem you a knight, yet still I am profoundly grateful, nay, indebted to you for your succor. This trophy, sir, is yours.
A giant this close to human settlements? Strange.
Well, that was no ordinary giant. His name was Goliath, rumored to have been a knight once, but one who broke his vows. For this, the Lady of the Lake transformed him into a wild giant and banished him into the Gorgon Hills.
So he came back down? Why?
Several times each year, hunger chased him into the lowlands. Goliath
Yeah, what
had
about
killed
this
and
thing?
devoured many shepherds. Guillaume's hunt served a noble cause. At any rate, it's a tale for more agreeable environs.
Anyway, sure, why not?
I'll take the
I do like
trophy.
trophies.
Why not? Could find someone who'll pay to buy it.
I'm not selling my
Put up a
trophy.
good fight against the giant. Got experience battling monsters?
None. In Toussaint, we mostly chase bandits. But I vowed I'd bring my heart's champion the head of a monstrosity, as the famed Gottfried, known as the Giant Killer, did.
You don't mean to hunt the beast, I hope. The matter's best left to Geralt.
Another challenge awaits me. Yet if Geralt is to hunt the beast, he ought to know. It struck again. The river surrendered a corpse. It washed up in the meander by the cockatrice. Damien de la Tour's guardsmen are there already, securing the area.
Securing the area? Better go there now before they trample any tracks, manhandle any evidence.
Set forth then. I shall ride for the city to inform her gracious magnificence that Geralt has arrived. We'll meet later, near Guillaume's tent at the tourney grounds. I shall take you then to see her grace.
Huzzah. So now then. Oh, it didn't actually equipped it. But anyway. So. Vitality plus 8%. Attack power 10%. Attack power for its ogres 5%. So basically I would put this thing on par with, where is it? Not that one. Up there with the Archgriffin trophy. Which, speaking of the fact, we probably can use the Archgriffin trophy now. Because we're at that point where we don't really need levels. I mean, more experience would be nice, but we don't really need them. I mean, what are we going to spend them on? We've got pretty much everything we really need. Just because I don't like to have just one point. Could make it any better, but my kidney's already modified, so could put more points into this. What is for the effect of battle trance? What was that? Giant experience points. Critical hit chance. So instead of more damage, you do have a more crit chance. Okay, Durham points increase both weapon damage and sign intensity. That one's not bad. Could have more vitality, but meh. That one though isn't useless because crossbows are not meant for combat. That one's not bad for, well, but since I do have that problem where I have to reload half the time I'm using it. That one's not bad. Given how much I eat. Don't use bombs. That's not bad. But here's the thing. So there's this whole tree hill that I haven't even bothered with, the whole green stuff, alchemy. Because I don't use potions. Really. Oils, I do use oils occasionally. But the problem is you'd have to basically put a lot of points into everything before you could really get into anything useful. Like, the first one here, Poison Blades. Isn't bad. That one's not bad, but it requires so many points. This one's not bad because, well, protection, but yeah. I don't really bother with alchemy in this, it's just... I mean... meh. 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 Granted, I bought for it because, well... Granted, one of the most used for signs. I do prefer this one just because, well... increases the effectiveness of fancy dialogues. Mostly. Do use ATSI in dialogues a lot. Anyway. Well, and pretty much all I really needed anyway. Dying's not bad. It's not bad, but when you're casting a sign. Half the time I'm not using signs. Crossbow, none of these things really help too much because crossbows aren't used for combat. But this right here would be decent if I actually remembered to parry half the time. I do dodge occasionally. A lot. But the thing about dodging is, you're not supposed to be hit while dodging. That's the whole purpose of dodging. Oh, so we didn't... Here's just a grey red mutant right there. I don't want that, but... he has just a grey red mutant right on. So pretty. Look at. Now the one thing that is going to bother me though is... oh boy, there are a bunch of food items in this one.
Come on. Brave kid, Guillaume.
Parmanin oversaw his upbringing. Guillaume is his kin.
Oh, so... remember how I said there are a bunch of food items right now? None of them were like the good AE pill. They're all 50. Like, there's so many new food items, but they're all 50. It's like... don't understand why they make so many food items. It's like water's practically all you really need. And then I use grid parts just because it's slightly better. And I had a bunch of that. Anyway. So pretty.
Can't get used to the way you knights talk, especially how you switch back and forth between flowery and, well, near normal.
We are knights errant, in the service of her gracious magnificence. When we appear in her name or speak on her behalf, we are bound by tradition.
Tradition. Tradition.
No one here. They must have removed the body already.
Let's look around. Make sure they didn't miss anything.
Let's investigate.
Hobnailed boots, multiple sets of prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went. Walked along the shoreline.
Perhaps the body lay on the bank.
By your drums.
Anything taken by the current ends up in these shallows.
Oh,
Yes, the stench here.
Got guests. Careful.
Why do I not remember these things? It's like we combined it with a rot fiend for fire.
Drawn here by the smell of blood. Let's keep looking.
And they were classified as rot fiends, aren't they? I was gonna say, I don't remember
Only blood-soaked
those.
scraps left of the victim's clothing. Good quality cloth.
A wealthy victim, correct?
Looks it. Blood. Guardsmen pulled these nets out of the water, then cut the mutilated body free. Gonna dive in, make sure they didn't miss anything. Look at the rut. Guardsmen left this site by boat, recently, probably to transport the body somewhere.
Search the nets. Oh, that's just... well, good for it. Guard. I need to go up, Guard. For some reason I used a jack. Apparently it was shining red, so I figured it was useful. It's not.
Silk kerchief, monogrammed DLC. A noble's accessory, clearly. Be nice to know where they took the corpse.
DLC. Seriously, guys? DLC. In the DLC.
What now?
This isn't the site of the murder. We know that. Current brought the body here. Corpse got caught in the nets. Guardsmen pulled it out, put it in a boat and took it somewhere. Need to find out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
Oh. Focus. Oh.
Seems we've got ourselves an audience.
You think this surprising? The locals will tell the children of children they do not have yet, of the day a quartered corpse was pulled from the river.
No, I meant, but...
One thing. Found a handkerchief in the water. Monogrammed DLC. Mean anything to you?
Delacroix? It cannot be. Was it he the beast slew?
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged. He was a man of extremes, standing by his companions no matter the odds, fighting his foes to the bitter end.
Foes? You have a lot of them?
He did, but I do not see what that has to do with the beast. Ah, Geralt, you've struck a raw nerve. Memories of a time long past, to which I'd rather not return now.
I understand. We can talk later. Let's go to the tavern.
I shall have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Toussaint.
A knight in the service of Her Illustrious Highness knows no rest. In fact, I'd feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time.
Huzzah. But we shall continue that next time. Because, oh boy, do we have a lot of stuff to do now. And here I felt like we were running out of stuff to do. But no. No. We have a whole new land to explore. New things to murder. All the quests to do. Upgrades to get. It'll be fun. But that's for next time. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all and have a nice day.